This is one of the song and dances that we hear multiple times a week. So here we go. C-sections are supposed to be for emergency, high-risk pregnancy. So you would think if demographics like a developed nations across the board, it should be the same. Okay? Iceland, 14% of the population has C-section. Norway, 16. Netherlands, 16. The United States doubled at 32 to 33%. We have to understand why this is happening. So, it's a process, and I'm going to walk you guys through this. It's a process called the intervention cascade, and some of you might have lived through this as mothers. Some of you might have been around this with seeing loved ones go through this, but this is the path, okay? So number one, we start healthy pregnancy. Everything's going fine, okay? Number two, due date happens or something happens and the doctor or the mom says, hey, let's elect to induce you. How do they induce a pregnancy? What do they give moms? Pitocin. You guys familiar? So Pitocin. So typically, normal contractions are rhythmic and wave-like to move that baby down and engage and cause softening of the cervix and opening. Pitocin is strong. Everything happens at once. It's painful. But mom's doing it. Pitocin is there. Stronger contractions. Pain goes up. Mom's getting tired. She says, hey, I can't do this for much longer. The doctor says, no problem. We can take the pain away with what? Epidural. So an epidural is given. Now you can't feel from the legs down. So you don't feel the pain, but now the mom is stuck on her back. She can't move. She can't feel the natural cues of her body preparing for a contraction. So labor stalls. Have you guys heard this before? So the body says, hey, or the doctor says, let's give more Pitocin to ramp this back up because we've been going at this for 24 hours and baby's still not here. So Pitocin goes up, pain goes up again if the epidural is wearing off, or baby goes into distress. So the doctor said, hey, the baby is in distress. We need to get this baby out. C-section, vacuum, forceps, delivery. That is why we have so many C-sections in our country. Because the problem, if you look at it, the root cause is not the C-section itself. The problem is here. Impatience, elective induction, us thinking, hey, the body doesn't know best. The doctors know best. Hey, your due date was yesterday, which means based on our schedule, you should have had this baby by now, and it's a Friday, so let's have this baby this weekend. Like, this is what we see over and over and over again. So when you look at the comparison between countries, Iceland, Norway, Netherlands, there's some big statistical differences or even philosophical differences. Birth is viewed as a normal physiological process until proven otherwise. That's where we want. That's where we're trying to dismantle pregnancy as a disease. But this is the most important. If mother and baby are doing well, labor may simply need more time. So when Mike said, hey, doctors don't like it if you don't do anything, because oftentimes that's exactly what you need, that's what we see in birth all the time. But in America, it's different. We have schedules, we have management. Also, our financial incentives are set up to where if the hospital can perform a C-section, you can bill and get paid for double the amount. So the incentives are aligned against.
Just to that point though, here's what happens. The reason why they want to schedule C-sections is because they know if you go into labor, that labor could be God knows how many hours, right? It's unknown. If they do a C-section, they know exactly how long that C-section takes, and they can stack those C-sections back to back to back.
Yeah. Has anybody seen a C-section? So we used to show a video. It's pretty intense, so we won't show it now. But what happens is sometimes the baby will have to be pulled and lifted out of the mom. Not just like scooping like ravioli out of a bowl, but like trying to dig in there and get the baby out.